join us in the union of not only our bride and groom, but also their families. Before Mukti and Nat exchange rings, they would like to read their bond.
We pledge to each other to be loving friends and partners.
To talk, to listen, to trust and appreciate one another.
To respect and cherish each other's feelings.
And to support, comfort, and strengthen each other through life's joys and sorrows.
We promise to share hopes, thoughts, and dreams as we build our lives together.
May our lives be ever intertwined, our love keeping us together.
We will build a home that is compassionate,
Full of respect and honor for others and each other. May our home be forever filled with peace, happiness, and love.
Will Mukti's nephews, Oja and Rohan, please bring forward the rings. Very good, gentlemen. Thank you so much. While Mukti and Nat exchange rings, I would like to recite a blessing that they selected for this moment. Now you will feel no rain, for each of you will be shelter to the other. Now you will feel no cold, for each of you will be warmth to the other. Now there is no more loneliness, for each of you will be companion to the other. Now you are two bodies, but there is one life before you. To enter into the days of your togetherness, and may your days be good and long upon the earth. Very good. Now I'd like to thank Mukti and Nat for giving me the high honor and great pleasure of participating in this special day in their life. Their union has given Ruth and me and our family great joy in bonding with Mukti's warm, kind, and totally delightful family, to whom we are grateful for putting on today's memorable festivities. May the Lord Ganesha smile on all of us. You should know that I'm not licensed by the state of Ohio to conduct wedding ceremonies. Besides, they were officially married this morning, so they don't need an officiant. And so you are now fully authorized and licensed to give each other a big kiss in public. Please proceed.
Pray that the lovely Ohioan felt the same way. And lo and behold, on a trip to Cape Cod, he asked if he had a chance with her, and she gave him a nod. Who knows how Cupid works her magic and why some love lasts forever, but seeing the gentleness and warmth they share, I have high hopes for this endeavor. So I offer this toast in an effort to say, we wish you love and happiness for the rest of your days.
And we loaded the U-Haul truck with furniture and headed west down the Massachusetts Turnpike into the afternoon sun. And about an hour into the drive, Nat turned to me and said, you know, Mukti and I are planning to get married. And when Mukti's parents come to visit St. Louis later in the summer, I intend to ask them for their blessing. I said, Nat, that's fantastic news, but you know, when you talk to Mukti's parents, they may have a lot of questions for you. And they may ask you things like, about your religious beliefs. And I said, Nat, I know that your mother and I didn't raise you in a particular faith, but if they do ask, you could always talk about what is sacred to you. And I said, Nat, so what is sacred to you? And the first words out of his mouth were, the Boston Red Sox. Quickly followed by and family, not in that particular order. And it was then that I realized how meaningful and important it was for him to grow up in the aura of his mother's family, the Fernandezes in Newton. And there was always an open door and a warm and inviting, supportive, and convivial atmosphere in the Fernandez homes. And I like to think that he also got a bit of his sort of his idea of family came from the Royers. My father, because we were a rather small and dispersed family, I think my father expanded the notion of family a bit. He was a sociology professor and had a deep and genuine interest in people from all walks of life and from all parts of the world. And so he developed a huge collection of friends, and he considered them all to be part of the family. You think? Okay, so sorry. Yeah? Okay. So anyway, today I'd like to thank Nat and Mukti for bringing us all together as family. The Fernandezes, the Kulkarnis, the Royers, and all these friends, all one big family. Thank you.
I had the pleasure of being on Nat's dodgeball team. He would always come out to me and, Liza, do you want me to block all the balls for you so you don't get hit? Oh, very sweet, yeah. No, of course not. Independent, I can handle it. And 5 seconds later, we get a ball straight to the face and get out. But it was always so kind of me to do that. But, Nat and I, we had a great relationship. We didn't fight too much, just normal sibling bickering. I think the only fight that I actually remember was soon after the infamous weekend in Cape Cod. He was telling my parents and I, oh yeah, I think Mukti and I are going to start dating. I was like, wait, so okay, graduation already happened, she's moving to Cincinnati, you're going to Boston. Okay, all right. And I said, Mom, Dad, I got this. I'll be the responsible, protective sibling now. And I said, so that makes absolutely no sense. I mean, I think you've heard long-distance relationships don't actually work out, right? Well, anyway, he wasn't too pleased with me. I was trying to give him some nice advice, and he wasn't happy at all. I don't think we spoke for a few days after that, but, it was no problem. But, it's really been a joy to see your relationship blossom. You've conquered all trials that often break relationships up. You handled the long-distance relationship in stride. You traveled together, which often brings out the crazy in some people. And you handled graduate programs that were extremely trying, and you handled it all in grace. From an outsider's perspective, it looked effortless. And it was just, I have no doubt that you guys will have a wonderful life together. And I love you very much, Nat.
Mukti's family. I want to thank Mukti's family for being so supportive and for making all of this possible. You guys worked so hard. All of Mukti's family and friends. I want to thank my family and friends for coming from all over, driving, many of you from Boston, 15-hour drives from St. Louis, from all over the place, and I really appreciate that. We had a nice ceremony this morning. We lucked out with the weather. We got a few sprinkles of rain, despite reports that it was pouring no less than a mile away. One thunderbolt out of the blue. Don't know what was up with that, but we couldn't have asked for better weather. Sorry about the heat tonight, but hopefully you guys will all enjoy yourself, have a wonderful time.
Sorry, with everything going on, I didn't really plan something to say, and I'm not very articulate, so this might not make a lot of sense, but there are a couple of things that I want to make sure to say. First of all, I am so excited to become part of Nat's family. I know everybody, when they get married, probably says that, they're, have the best in-laws ever, but I really feel it. I'm so excited to join the Royers and the Fernandezes. They're the most welcoming group of people I could have ever asked for, and I'm so thrilled to be spending the rest of my life with their family. Of course, none of this. Well, so backing up, I never really wanted a wedding or reception. I kind of just wanted to go to court. But today, when we had our ceremony in the morning and when we had our ring exchange, looking out at everybody who cares for us and who we care about so much, looking at us was really incredible, and I'm so glad that it worked out this way. So thank you all so much for coming, and thank you to, I always say, well, I don't always say, but I should always say, my parents have the best friends in the world. All of them. They are the most amazing people ever. None of this could have happened without them. There are lots of people I could mention and should mention. I'll stick to the Parik's who have already been mentioned. And also to Shashi Kaku, who hosted me in Mumbai for a week or two and took me all around the city. She clothed everybody. This is all because of her. This morning scarves, all because of her. I can't find you right now, but thank you so much. It was so awesome. And I also want to say that my parents are just, I love my parents, and I don't really have the words to say what I'd like to say about them. And also my aji, my grandma. Through this whole process, I think I'm getting older. I'm starting to really realize how wise my mom is and how wonderful she is and all of that. And I think a lot of that comes from her mother, my grandmother. And I just hope that I will grow up to be as wise as the two of them, my aji and my mom. I just want to mention that at midnight tonight, my husband turns 27. So, if you could all please join me in singing Happy Birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Nat. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you to everybody, and the candle already blew out, but it's okay because I already got my wish.